la playa, a mí me gusta bailar el ritmo de la noche, salsa o fiesta, bailar el ritmo de la noche, sounds of fiesta. Eso. We go when it is hot. We know we go when we feeling is hot, feeling is hot, feeling is hot. Vamos a la playa. Eso. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shake all the stress, all the worries. Get into your body. Get into laser focus. Shake it out, even the last drop, everything. All right. All good here? We filming? We filming? Excelente. Our phones are all turned off, destroyed in Mordor, thrown into the pits of hell, erased from our minds and memories for the next hour. Laser focus in Spanish. We'll take a couple of breaths so we can get into the zone with no telephones. Take a couple of breaths. So wonderful to see you all so laser focused with Español. Excelente, excelente. All right, who's going to share some wins? What do we got? Who's got some wins? Yes, 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mentioned it to you yesterday, but I couldn't say it because of the
A little louder?
The speaker. But my win from the other day was my daughter had a Spanish presentation and a Spanish test at school. And she sent it to me. I was supposed to practice with her, but it was too late. But I read it. I realized, hey, I understand all of this, and I can even correct her mistakes. That felt so good.
Do you think she was proud of her dad?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, that's progress, right? Do you also feel the helper's high?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yes, fucking helper's high. Dopamine, right? Endorphins, oxytocin, all in our brains. Do you think that this can somehow be used as some kind of a fuel source to fuel your future learning? And
that is the hope. That is the hope.
That is what's happening. That is what's happening. The more you can feed off the energy that people are giving you, the compliments, the excitement, the praise, right? The more that you can feed off of that energy, the less you have to rely on motivation. Motivation is a depleting resource. You will eventually run out of motivation. The goal of motivation is to keep you focused long enough so that you can turn on the discipline AI part of your brain, and also to allow you to feed off of the energy from interactions with people. So, excelente.
So there's someone on this broadcast who's a little shy and doesn't share her wins. So I'm going to share on behalf of Sandy. When we went 2 days ago, we went to a restaurant with my dad, and we needed a place that was quieter because they sing really loudly and my dad doesn't hear that well. And Sandy went up speaking in Spanish and asked, we need to get a room that's quieter. And usually I would just hop in and just start talking, but I laid back and she kept going. She did not give up, and we sat in the room that was quieter.
Ooh, excelente. Well done, Sandy. Puras ganancias. Excelente. Yes, Max, welcome back, brother.
Hey, back. Finally got a schedule that works. So yeah, no, with my secretary, I said to her, hey, I'm a stoic camote, and she laughs, right? Yeah. She said, you are. I'm always coming and going all the time. So I said, it's still camote, but they got a good laugh out of it. So.
Nice. Excelente. Estoy camote. We saw that one yesterday. We can remember it. How can we use some brain hacking for camote? Camote. What can we connect it to in English? Commotion. That's good, but it's camote. So that might lead you to say comote. So camote. Cam. Huh? Camel. Perfect. Camel. What about mote? Mote. Mote. A Canadian castle with a moat, eh? So there's a moat, eh? There's a moat. So it's a Canadian castle. Cam. Is there a castle or a court that you can think of? Camelot. So King Arthur had a Canadian castle, and what was his favorite animals that he can cross over the moat? A camel, right? And it's in Canada, so it's a Canadian moat, it's a Canada moat, camote, right? It's a camel moat, camote. Huge. I was just having a lesson with another student this morning, and her clean lady came in and she said, tengo una nueva expresión. Estoy camote. And she laughed so hard, I think she peed herself. And then she walked, and she went, estoy camote. And she walked away. Like, that's how normally people will, like, oh, estoy camote. Like, don't bother me, I'm so busy. Estoy camote. So it was so fun, and it was a wonderful experience. You had it, she had it, you all can have it. Just pretend to be busy and say, estoy camote, walk away, and then they'll laugh so hard. It's hilarious. Camote. Big win. I thought I saw a hand up. Yes, Jay.
It's me. It's not big. But it was I had fun doing the homework. That's my win.
Having fun doing the homework. Yes!
Yeah, one of my small,
how is that not a big win?
I don't know if that's big, but it's my small goal in life is to make Travis laugh with my homework.
Making Travis laugh with your homework. Yes! Excelente. Now, never trust a guy to tell you how big it is, but that is huge. That is a huge win. Yes, Dal.
If I want one, I could have a boyfriend.
If I want one, I could have a boyfriend. Excelente.
From Mexico.
That is a huge win. That's a huge one, brother. Huh? Oh, how would you say that in Spanish?
Si quiero uno. Puedo. Oh no, I could. Puedo.
Have?
Oh, podía. Oh no. Puedo tener un novio.
Órale. Beautiful. Si quiero, puedo tener un novio. You could also say, si
Quisiera.
Si quisiera. And then you could say, I would be able to have. I could have. Podría. Si quisiera, podría tener un novio. Si quería. If I was wanting. Si quería, podría tener. Si querría, if I would want. Thinking of the future. If I would want a boyfriend moving forward, I could have one. Si quería, if I was wanting a boyfriend, I could have one now. You see all the little different versions, and they all mean the same thing, but with slight nuances. What's nuances? Matices. I wrote matices on the nuances. I love that word. Such a fun word. Matices. Huge wins. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. All right. We have some fun things to see today that you can use in every single one of your conversations to make them more fun and to provide you with more fuel so you can practice more and more encouragement, more satisfaction, more fun. And the theme of today is parents, because of a lot of words that have mother or father, but they don't mean that, kind of. De poca madre. De poca madre, which means of little mother. That means it's fucking cool. That is of little mother. It's just pure father. It's just so fucking cool. De poca madre. How are you feeling today? ¿Cómo estás? De poca madre. Eso es todo. De poca madre. Hey, how's the new car? De poca madre. How's your Spanish going? De poca madre. How was the Spanish class today? De poca madre. They will laugh so freaking hard, they will pee themselves. It was of little mother, meaning it was father. It was cool. So in the Latin language, the mother is a saint. She is a divine, holy creature. It's not that she's cool. She's divine. The father is cool. So desmadre would mean the unmothering. So if something is the unmothering, it is the opposite of divine organization and cleanliness. It is
A mess.
a mess, disorganized, messy, dirty. Anything that's the opposite of the mother is desmadre. Your relationship history could be a desmadre. Your homework could be a desmadre. Your room could be a desmadre. Your business plan could be a desmadre because it's not structured, it's not organized. Desmadre means a lot of things. It's the unmothering. It's a wonderful thing to say when, right? I mean, we know some people who have used it and had some great laughs, right?
Yeah, multiple times. I think last time was at the bar. There was so many glasses at the bar. I told the bartender, like, this madre. And he laughed so hard. He was like, yeah, sorry. I have a job to do.
A huevo, güey. Es un desmadre. Third one is que padre, right? It basically means cool. Que padre. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's like, what father? Or que padre, que padre. How father? The fourth one, it looks like it's with mama, like mother, mamalona, right? But it's actually from the verb mamar. Mamar.
Pesak.
Yes?
Pesak.
To
Pesak.
suck. Excelente. Good word to add to your vocabulary. Mamar means to suck. Is there an English etymology that you can hear in mamar? Mammogram. Excelente. Mammogram. Right? So, titties. So, mamar it means to suck as in like a suckling baby. Sucking on a teat. That's the verb mamar, is to suck on a tit. Mamar. Although it has evolved into meaning other things. There are other kinds of sucking that could potentially be expressed through this word, right? Like drinking beer, for example, right? So if you're drinking a beer, you are mamar. You're mamando. If your friend, actually no, they would normally use chupar for that one. Quieres ir a chupar. If somebody asks you, quieres ir a mamar, I would ask twice. I confuse the two. Chupar is also to suck. Chupar. And quieres ir a chupar has been something that I've seen often for, do you want to go have a drink? Chupar, like the chupacabra. The chupacabra literally means goat sucker. The goat sucker, chupacabra, the sucking of the goats. So chupar and mamar both mean to suck. Chupar is going to be used for drinking as well. Mamar, to my knowledge, is not used for drinking alcohol. Right, Jimmy?
Vamos a mamarnos. Let's oversee ourselves in alcohol.
Whoa, vamos a mamarnos. Let's oversee ourselves. Let's get fucking wasted. Vamos a mamarnos. I haven't heard that one yet. It's good. Vamos a mamarnos esta noche. Let's get really wasted tonight. Okay? Mamar, to suck, it's used a lot. I'm sure you've heard the expression, no mames way. No mames way. How do we get no mames from the verb mamar? It's a command. So what does this literally mean? Don't suck. Don't suck. It's not a command that, I mean, you might not necessarily want to use this in certain circumstances.
Don't
But-
you suck, right?
Yeah, it's like, hey, you don't suck.
Yeah.
You Phil, don't suck.
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually mean don't suck. In usage, no mames is basically means so many things.
yeah,
like-
I
I
hear
used it in my homework yesterday.
Yes, excelente. How was it? What did you put?
I said, no mames, fue muy difícil.
No mames, fue muy difícil. No mames, fue muy difícil. What does this word mean in this situation? Give me like 10 guesses. No mames, it was so hard.
no way.
No way, it was so hard. Oh my God, it was so hard. Oh, you went too far. It was too hard. It was unbearable. It was too hard. You've exceeded yourself. It means a million things. It's just to get somebody's attention. It's hey, no mames way. Don't fuck with me. No mames way. Hey, don't get so, no mames. It can mean like, echándole ganas can mean everything. No mames way. It could be, wow, that's so exciting. You're getting married? No mames way. Wow, no mames way. Que padre. How exciting. So it's not a specific thing. Don't focus and get locked in by the meaning of the word and the definition of the word. Look at the context. If somebody's like, no mames, versus no mames, versus no mames. There's so many different variations. Just use the contextual cues and bullshit, TR.
Yeah, I hear this at least 10 times a day, especially with young people, and like no mames way. They say it all the time. But but if parents are there or some authority or something, there's no manches, not no
Ah,
mames.
yes, absolutely. The like shit versus shoot, fuck versus fudge.
Yeah.
So no manches is the clean version of no mames. So instead of saying somebody don't suck, it's actually no mames. No manches literally means no stains. So like don't stain. It's just because of the word mames, manches. It's close. But manchar means to stain. Una mancha, a stain. No manches is don't stain. And this is another joke. I know we're not Friday, but I can't resist. You can tell somebody, ay, like, ¿cómo estás? Ay, un día loco. Like, ¿qué pasó? Pues, estaba tomando vino y se me cayó el vino en mi camisa, mi playera y mi ropa, pero fui a la lavandería y ahora no manches. No manches. No stains. But it's like, holy shit, no stains. No manches. No manches. I would say it has a 50 to 55% laugh rate when I use it in context. So not one of the best, not one of the worst. It's a good, simple in between. It's a lot of fluff around it. But yes, no manches. Antes tenía manches, pero ahora no manches. No manches. Exactly. No manches. No manches. So no mames, it's used in a lot of ways. Give me any sentence in English, and I will force that sentence as no manches or no mames. Like, wow, that is a nice car. Oh, no manches, no mames. That's a nice car. That's what it means in this situation. Any other sentence in the world in English? It's a hot day. No manches, no mames way. That means it's a hot day today. What else? The IRS just called me. They said that I'm getting arrested for back taxes. Okay. No mames way. That means exactly what you just said. So
That means the IRS just called me.
yeah, you might have missed the subtleties there, but that was very, I tried to focus it all. I'm being silly, but the point that I'm making is extremely important. It's not so much about a literal translation of this means this, and that means that, and this means this, and then you have everything connected in your head and you're overwhelmed. Your brain doesn't really understand that so well, unless you're in the top 1% of the world. But almost everybody understands context, right? If somebody pushes you and you push them back and they're like, hey, no mames, right? You can kind of understand that they're kind of expressing anger, frustration, And you don't need to actually always identify exactly what the words mean. You can just allow the understanding of the situation, the context, to go into your soul and just say, yeah, I don't know exactly what he said, but I understood what he meant. That's okay sometimes. You don't always have to identify what it means. That's your prefrontal cortex wanting to label things, right? Alan Watts once famously said, it is something along the lines of it's human nature to cut things always into smaller pieces and then show that it's made up of pieces. So we keep cutting things into smaller pieces and smaller pieces. That's is an addiction. We want to identify and label and understand and everything. And to a certain extent, like, it's a good thing, and it's exploration, it's curiosity, it's playfulness. But too much is bad for you, and you might not know where that limit is. Very, very importante.
So at the risk of cutting things up too small, is that just like some way of expressing emotion without saying anything in particular?
Exactly. It's just expressing emotion in whatever situation. Huh?
It could be a minor one too.
Exactly. No mames. No mames. No mames. How cute is that baby? No mames. Ay, mi vida. No mames.
My mother just
Ay, no mames, güey. Lo siento. No mames.
It just wasn't a lottery, man.
Ay, no mames, güey.
works for everything.
See, and we skipped number 4. Yes.
Yeah, quickly, what's mama?
Yes. So number 4, mamalona or mamalon this is funny. It's more from the north of Mexico, but I've heard it here, and every time I use this, everybody laughs. This is like a 95% success rate. Mamalona, again, it comes from mamar, to suck. It's so good that it sucks up all the attention. That's what mamalona means. So apparently it used to originally mean a really souped up, badass big truck with the big wheels and like very flashy and colorful and the lights. And es mi mamalona. It's my fucking nice truck. And now, if you have like a really fast gaming laptop, acabo de comprar la mamalona. I have 2 laptops. Ese es la compu para trabajar y aquí tengo la mamalona. This is the one that's like, it sucks up all the attention because it's so good. Es chingón. Que padre. Es la mamalona. So you can use it in any different situation, right? Ay, mi curso de español es mamalón. It sucks up all, it's so good. It's the best. So normally it'll be used for like your car, your motorcycle, your scooter, your vehicle, your phone, right? It's something noteworthy that's excellent. Mamalona, mamalón. Well, I mean, esa es mi novia, es una mamalona. So that would be hilarious, right, Jimmy? How would you act if somebody introduced their girlfriend as la mamalona?
I would laugh.
Because it could refer to sucking. So she's the best at sucking the attention, right? Because she's so great.
Yeah.
So that's funny in 2 different ways. She is the mamalona. So I've never heard that, but please do that. Let me know. That would be hilarious. I would laugh so hard. No mames! Excelente, excelente. That's what I'm talking about. All right. A little sabiduría, and then we'll go back into the recap. Meditar es bueno para la salud, no solo del alma. Meditar, meditation or meditating or to meditate, es bueno, is good para la salud, for the health, no solo del alma, not just of the soul. Like, it's good for your health, but not just the health of the soul. Meditación. I don't know about you, but meditation has always been extremely challenging for me, quieting the monkey brain and all that stuff. So for me, meditation has always been hard. It used to always be hard. I'm on the journey. However, there's a sneaky way that you can meditate. Super sneaky. And you can do it in 1 second, in 1 minute, whatever time you have. What is it? Breath. That was 3 seconds of meditation. It's great for the health. It's great for the health of the soul. It's great for the health of the body, the mind, everything. 1 second meditation. Do it 20 times a day. That's 20 seconds of meditation. Good for the soul. It's good for the health. Meditation can be done in any situation as long as you're breathing. You can be speaking Spanish and meditating. That's a meditation. No mames, way. Excelente, excelente. All right, we've always seen that we avoid the INGs like the plague, right? Meditating is great, or it also means meditation or to meditate, but meditating is good for meditar. We avoid the INGs like the plague. However, if you want to say right now, I am currently in the process of, then you might want to use the ING. So what do we have here? Perfecto. So we have to use always estar and then any verb that you want. Okay, so it has to be this formula. Like when you said, yes, like 2 verbs, it's always estar plus verb plus ing. This is the formula. It's estar plus verb, obviously minus the endings, and ando. That's the programming. Okay, how do you say I am in the present tense? Estoy, how would you say eating? Estoy comiendo. I am speaking. Estoy hablando. I am eating you. No, I am eating it or him. You can say lo estoy comiendo. That is right. Remember, I said there's only 1 that you have to. This is the third one, right? Where you don't. It might be shocking to you, but you don't have to do it this way. But you could put it the Brian way. Estoy comiéndolo, and it sounds. I love this. Think about it. Lo estoy comiendo. Estoy comiéndolo. Estoy comiéndolo. There's a lot of songs. Actually, I think it's Despacito. Estoy. Oh, what's that? Estoy diciéndolo. Estoy diciéndolo. Que no hay que ver en comentacismo. No, different song. Estoy diciéndolo. Diciéndolo. Estoy moviéndolo. Estoy comiéndolo. Estoy diciéndolo. Estoy trabajándolo. Estoy buscándolo. It's so fun to say. Buscándolo. Comiéndolo. Teniéndolo. Haciéndolo. It's just fun to say. But for now, we don't need that. So, estoy comiendo, estoy hablando. How about he is currently in the process right now of selling his house? Está vendiendo su casa. Está vendiendo la casa. He is currently right now in the process of selling the house. It has that meaning. Now, we could also say, I will be eating, or I will be arriving. Yes. Estaré arriving. Estaré llegando tarde. Estaré llegando tarde. I will be in the process of arriving late. So it still has that like in the process of, but now we're just adding a future element. So it's I will be in the process of arriving late, which kind of sounds weird in English, but it's fine. Estaré llegando. I would be eating. Aha. I would be eating ice cream if you didn't talk so much. right? I would be currently right now in the process of eating my fucking ice cream if you didn't talk so long and now we don't have time for ice cream. I've heard that a lot for some reason. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Isn't that cool? I would be right now currently in the process of enjoying my ice cream if it hadn't been for you meddling kids, right? Scooby-Doo. Ah, excelente. Scooby-Doo. Ooh. Okay. I have been in the process of selling my house. I have been in the process of selling my house. Yes. He estado vendiendo mi casa. I don't think I've ever heard that. That kind of looks weird, but it's got to be that. Right, Jimmy? There's no other options. He estado vendiendo. Yeah. He estado vendiendo casas. Hey, what have you been doing for work? He estado vendiendo casas. I have been selling houses. Why not? Right? It looks a little weird to me because I haven't really had a lot of experience with this, but if you follow the system, laser Spock mode, and you just do it, Jimmy will be there to correct me if I'm wrong, but. Okay, what is to try? Intentar. So intentar. So you want to say, I have been trying? No, he estado intentando. He estado intentando vender. That's a complicated one. Damn, brother. No wonder you put a lot of stress on your shoulders. You go for the mamalona. You go for the mamalona right away. No mames, güey. He estado intentando vender mi casa. He estado intentando vender mi casa. That's super, super complex and complicated. But if you go step by step and you follow the process, it's actually not. It just Lego blocks. He estado intentando vender mi casa. Yes, Sandy.
Isn't that conjugating more than one verb? To me, it looks like it's conjugating.
Great question. So, whenever we have the diving past, it's always one. It counts as one verb. It's two essential elements. You cannot have this without this. You cannot have. So they come together. It counts as one, even though it looks like two words. It's one concept. And when we're doing it in this way with a diving past, well, here, let's do it this way. If we're doing estar, like, I lost my, So if I do está hablando, now the concept is here because the ing tense requires this and this. They're not separate. It's two sides of the same coin.
Oh, I was thinking of when you had like está.
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's okay. So when it's the ing, the recipe requires this plus this as one concept. The diving past requires have and ido. So if we're going to use the diving past combined with the ing, we need to have the three elements because this is going to get a little math complicated here, but basically estado would be one concept, and then this and this is another concept. So this is three things, but it's one thing. It's one verb. It's one thing that you're trying to express. Huh?
Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity. It's three but one. Exactly. It's the Holy Trinity. Thank you. It's three things in one. So this does not count as two or three back-to-back verbs, right? When we have the diving past, it's always going to be have with ado. And that's one thing. We can never put a lo in the middle here because it's one thing. And then now we have the three things in one. If that's complicated to you, then just ignore all of this. Never use the ing. You can never put anything in between them. No. It's one Trinity. And remember, if this is too complicated for you, what's my rule? Don't use the ing. Avoid it like the plague. When you're ready for this, you can take it on. If not, no mames way. Which means don't do it. Let's take a breath and we'll lock all this in so we can move on to the next one with a fresh, clean slate.
Did you hear what Charlie said? I thought that was just really good. Just can't put anything in between.
You can't. It's the Holy Trinity. You can't add something in the middle of the Holy Trinity. Let's take a breath. Excelente. So that takes care of the INGs, right? You can use all of them. Estoy hablando, estaré hablando, estaría hablando, he estado hablando, however you want to do it. So we'll skip that here. Ooh, one last one. We can use also, sorry, I forgot about this last one. Estaba. That's a nice one. Estaba hablando. Estaba buscando. Te estaba buscando por la calle gritando como loco tomando. Right? The El Perdón song. Estaba buscando. I used to be looking for, or I was looking. W-ing. That's why I also call it the wing past. I was doing. I was eating. Was ing. Wing. So that's a cool one. So on the recap, level 2, on the bottom right, you have all the INGs here. Estoy hablando. Estaré hablando. Estaría hablando. Estaba hablando. And I didn't put the he estado hablando because I was trying to avoid that Holy Trinity. But you guys, now you have the whole picture. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We don't need to use the ke. The ke will always, always, always be poetry hat. Always, essentially. So I hope that you are well would be, I hope that you are well. Who wants to wear the poetry hat?
Espero que. I hope that you are well.
Yes.
Espero que estás bien.
That works. Functionality. Excelente. Espero que estás bien. Perfect. But what does the que trigger?
Espero que tengas.
Device overheated. Recording stops.
Too much. No mames. We just did it again.
I'll just stop it and let it cool down. We have 2, it's fine.
Bien?
Huh?
Espero que estés bien.
Espero que estés bien. Fuck shit up because of the word que. You don't have to ever do this.
Uncertainty.
But when you do it, everybody goes, damn, how are you doing the subjunctivitis? I have friends that have been learning Spanish for 20 years and they don't know how to do that. How is that you can do that? Well, no mames, way, es fácil. 1, 2, 3. Stop, drop, and fuck shit up. It's fine, it's fine. We'll just do two cameras today. No pasa nada. All right. Line past. When we want to use something that I was doing, W-ing, or something that I used to do, we're simply going to use the line past, which is aba,
Ia.
aba and ia, aba and ia, aba and ia, aba and ia. Exactamente. We can fix it at the end. Let's just, so we have laser focus. It's good. Two is good.
Okay, you don't have audio.
Oh, I don't have audio. Okay, that's a problem.
We have only audio.
Can't we just connect it to here? Can we just pull the audio from this file and
We're gonna have to.
it's the same? Where does that one go to? That one goes there. So that one's fine. So it's good?
We can't do anything in class, so just go ahead.
Perfecto. All right, we'll figure out the end. All right. So the line pass is just aba and ia. Hablaba, I used to speak. Hablaba could be I was speaking. Comía means I used to eat. It might also mean I was eating. There's another way that we just saw that you could express I was eating, which is estaba comiendo. So estaba comiendo. So the translation of I was eating has two answers. I was eating could simply be comía, but more commonly it would be estaba comiendo. You're much more likely to hear in a conversation estaba comiendo. 95% of the time you will hear that. In books, they're more likely to use comía for I was eating.
Saving print.
Hmm?
They're saving print.
They're saving print, exactly. And it's more poetic a little bit because it's the line pass. Whereas estaba comiendo is more literal, I was eating. Very good. There are two exceptions to the line past. They're from the verb ser and the verb ir. I used to be or I was being. I used to go or I was going. Which is era and iba. Excelente. Dale candela. I was gonna pay my taxes, but then I got high. But then I got high. But then I got high. IVA, right? IVA is taxes, I-V-A, but this is spelled I-B-A. Same word spelled differently. IVA are the taxes in Mexico. IVA. And IVA with a B is I was going. Iba a hablar con mi amigo, pero se me olvidó. It forgot itself on me. I didn't forget. Pero se me olvidó. Iba a hablar con mi amigo, pero se me olvidó. Se me fue el pedo. It left itself on me, the fart. It just means se me fue el pedo means I forgot. Se me fue el pedo. We'll learn that another day. Yes. Danny. Okay.
No, I didn't have my hand up, sorry.
Oh, okay. So those are the two exceptions. And the other one was era from ser. I used to, right? I used to be for a long period of time a doctor or a police or a military or a man or a woman or a meat eater or a vegetarian or a Christian or an atheist or whatever you want. Era. Because that represents an era of my life, an era of time, an era. Era, era, era. Era, era, era. Diving past over here is always going to be two components. It's going to always be haber plus hado ido. Very good. Hado ido. We can use this in different ways. So it's haber plus hado ido, always. Now, haber, when it's in the present tense, it's somehow, well, This H from here goes here. And for some reason, in the present tense, I have is just E. Don't ask me why, but in French, it makes sense. J'ai, je, ai, parler. So it's the same exact sound. E. That's in the present tense. In every other tense, super simple, how would you say, I will have sold? Yes. Haberé, and over time, haberé, habré, 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 habré vendido. I will have solded. Selled. I will have sold. Habré vendido. How about I would have sold? The ray just becomes here. So habría, 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 habría. I would have sold.
So if I would, let's say I would sold it.
Mm-hmm.
Can the low be at the end too?
Habría vendidolo. It sounds weird to me.
Okay.
But could you put it in the middle?
No.
No. Very good. So I would put it, where does it always go?
Low in front.
Always in the front. Only two exceptions when the low is at the end. One is with the R at the end. The second is the ing is the one that you can or you cannot. It's up to you. But the other one where you have to is
Always.
how do you say help me, bitch?
Command.
The positive command. Not the negative command, the positive command. Ayúdame, puta. The negative command, it goes at the beginning like normal. So in summary, the low always goes in the front unless there's an R, right? Then it would go at the end. Positive command, ayúdame, puta. And the third one where you can choose is the ing. So in this case, it's not in those three. It might be shocking to some of you, but it's not going to be in those three situations. So back to where we were. Got me distracted there. Habría vendido. I would have sold. If we want to use the line past here for I had sold, había. And you might be asking, yeah, but why is it the line pass when it's I had sold? It's not I used to have sold. Well, great question. And that's why I told you last time, take the B and turn it into a D and then shoot it up into the air like a rocket ship, because the had, you turn that D upside down, and had is había. So it helps you get a shortcut in your brain. Whenever you want to say had with ED, plus you're limited in options. And what else could you do? Excelente. So now we have all of the different diving paths with haber and hado ido. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
So you can only use haber for the diving past?
Yes, haber is only used for the diving past. Only. Haber is only used for the diving past. There are no exceptions. Well,
Always that.
well, remember these? ¿Hay problema? ¿Hay cerveza? ¿Habrá cerveza? ¿Habrá abracadabra? Will there be magic? Remember in Centro Maya, I asked the guy, ¿hay cerveza hoy, pero mañana hay cerveza? Mañana habrá cerveza. And at the party last week, there was beer. Había cerveza. So yes, the haber is only used for the diving past. and it also exists as there are or there is. I don't know how. Like, there will have beer. There will have beer.
In French, it's okay.
In French, it's okay, so we're good.
No, but I mean, we use.
Yeah?
beer.
Yes. Il y avait une bière. Absolument. Does that answer your question? Excelente. If that's confusing to anybody, then just do this in your brain. Never happened. Never happened. Yes, haber is just for ado and ido. If you want to say the word should in Spanish, there is no word for should. You have to create it by saying I should would be I deber, which is yes. Deber, which is to owe or to must. And if you want to use I should, you have to say I would must. Debería, excelente, debería. Debería pagar deber. I should pay deber. Debería pagar deber. Remember I told you my dad put some hot sauce in blueberries, and I was thinking to myself with the angels and the devil, right? You should not eat that. You should not eat the berry. You should not eat the berry. And the devil was like, oh, you should eat the berry. You should eat the, no mames way, you should eat the berry. And he was like, no mames way, you should not eat the berry. No mames, you should eat the berry. And then I ate the berry. I ate the berry. It's so hot. I ate the berry. Debería. Debería. Debería should. Debería should. Debería should. You really should learn this word, debería. This is something, right? A lot of people spend time learning things that are like a level 1 priority, like 1 out of 10. Like you'll use it once every 6 months. And it's like, why do you waste time learning more words when you haven't locked this in? If you don't know debería, stop learning any other word until you master debería. I mean, not literally, but I'm trying to make a point. The debería is essential. You will hear it all the time. Thank you.
Should is must in the future. Is that it?
So there is no word for should. You have to create it, and somehow for them it's I would, must. In French, what's I should?
Je devrais.
Je devrais. Debería is the same.
Yeah, but it's deber all the time.
It's
the
deber.
same. It's the same word in all the tenses.
Yes. Debería. Je devrais. Debería. Should. Debería comer. Should eat.
Yeah.
Debería ver. Should see. Should is debería. This is a word that is essential. Don't learn rain unless you know should. Priorities. Should, you'll hear it every day. Should. Debería. Should. Debería. How do you say could?
Podría.
Podría!
I was just gonna ask if that's equally important. It's just important, right?
It's absolutely essential. You need to know podría. There's no reason why you should not know podría like this. If you don't know it like that, it's fine. Ask yourself every morning and every night before going to bed, how do I say should? How do I say could? And you don't get out of bed, or you don't get into bed at night, you don't get out of bed in the morning until you can answer those 2 questions. How do I say should? How do I say could? Be motivated, be committed, and ask yourself the question. This needs to be solved this week. There's no reason in level 3 why you don't have this locked in, except because you guys get distracted with, this is a cool thing, and which is wonderful. And I love it. I love the exploration. And we can't have the dessert unless we finish our broccoli. Deberías. You should. Podrías. So there is no could. You have to say you would be able to. Would be able to. And that makes sense to me. I believe that you would be able to tell me.
Sure. No mames.
No mames, way. Podría. Podría. There's a problem with could though. Could mean future. I would be able to do something, but it also is the past. I was able to do, I used to be able to do, which would be, I used to be able to do, I was being able to do.
Podía.
Podía. Podía. Podía. So we take poder, to be able to, and when we have, again, podría, 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 podría. Over time, it just evolved. So this is the future could. Tomorrow I could. Mañana podría. And for the past could, podía. Podía, podría. Future, past. Future, past. Future could, past could. It's just one R that's different. It's just one R. Podría, podía. Podría, podía.
I've been texting. I've been using podría, like could podría llegar a mi casa mañana.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
could
like
arrive
that's
at my house
wrong.
tomorrow.
That's wrong. I've been asking people, could you come to my house tomorrow? I should be saying podía llegar.
No. This is past.
Oh, so I've been saying it right.
You've been saying it right. You've been saying it right. Yes, you're perfect. You're perfect. Yes, but podría would be sir, could you arrive? But if you want to be friendly with Phil, right? Podrías. Podrías. Highly recommend.
See, I knew I wasn't doing it right.
You were being formal. It was not wrong. It's just formal. Señor, ¿podría venir a mi casa? Sir, could you come to my house? Mm-hmm. Now, diving past. Back to the diving past. There are 4 exceptions that you need to be aware of. Well, there are none that you need to be aware of, but there are 4 interesting exceptions. Made in Mexico. Made in Mexico. Normally, every can of Coke, every food, everything says made in, which is? Yes? Michal?
Sorry, we have questions because I see 4 people raising their hands about podía and podría.
Yes.
Can I go back to this for a second?
Yes.
So the difference, can I say that podría is will be able to and podía is was able to?
Yes, exactly. So there is no could, there is only I will be able, I would be able, I used to be able, I was able. So you could use podré or podría. I will be able to, I would be able to. Technically, could is more this one. Podría. I would be able to, technically. But you could also use I will be able to. Other question, Sandy, or no? Ryan.
I was just going to answer your question. Made in is hecho. Hecho.
Hecho. Hecho. Very good. H, silent H, E-C-H-O. Hecho en México. Hecho con amor. La comida en el restaurante, todo hecho con amor? Sí, claro que sí. Claro que sí. Everything in the restaurant, all the food is hecho con amor. Made with love. So hecho is super, super important. So exception. Hecho. And remember, there's a twin here. Dicho. Very good. Hacer and decir are always going to be the same. They always are weird together. So made and said.
That's present tense?
No, it's the diving past. So he dicho. I have said. Habré dicho. I will have said. What's I would have said? Habría dicho. Excelente. How about? That's fine. Perfect. So hecho and dicho. They're opened. Opened. I'm sure you've seen the signs in the restaurants and bars. Very good. Very good. Abierto. Abierto is open. And one last one is seen. From bear. Seen. Visto. Remember Schwarzenegger? Hasta la visto, baby. Well, he actually says hasta la vista. Vista is a sight, right? But we have hado, ido, hecho, dicho, abierto, vista. No, they all end with an O, so we have no choice. Visto. I have seen is. Who's got the ball? So I have seen.
He visto.
He visto. Silent H. He visto is perfect. How about I will have seen?
I will have. Habré visto.
Habré visto. Habré visto. Very good. I would have seen.
Habría.
Habría visto. And let's go for the fourth one. I had seen.
Hubería. No?
Close. That's the if I had seen.
What?
Yeah, but I had seen, right? We take that D and we
Oh, había.
había. Había visto. Very, very good. All of those. Excelente. Muchísimas gracias. We have all the exceptions of the diving pass, all the exceptions of line pass. High five somebody. Eres lo máximo. Eres la mamalona. Eres el mamalón. 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 Son los mamalones.